What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another news recap. We got a lot to talk about today. We are definitely going to be talking about Israel a lot today. I think the question we should all ask is, why do our politicians continue to fund Israel without question while continuing to simultaneously defund America? Social programs, safety nets. Now that even people's 401ks are in danger because private equity firms have their eyes on that, which we'll go over in another episode. We're also going to talk about, of course, Jeffrey Epstein, because it is getting weird and disgusting. At this point, it looks like Ghislaine Maxwell may actually get a pardon from Donald Trump. I've got a ton of videos we can talk about. Donald Trump was asked if he would pardon her, and his response was, "Oh, I'm allowed to." He didn't say, "No, I would not do that." According to sources, the Ghislaine Maxwell has named upwards of 100 high-profile people. How much you want to bet that they're going to name a whole lot of high-profile people except for Donald Trump in order for her to get a pardon? So it could be really interesting. And if she does get pardoned and Donald Trump is not named, then you know this entire thing is bullshit. And then the Republican Party truly is the party that protects predators and pedophiles. So she was also seen in, let me go ahead and show you this. She was also recently seen carrying a very large box back into prison. We don't know what's in that box because this entire meeting is being done with quite a bit of secrecy. I guess she was also given a certain amount of immunity before she started to spill the beans. So we don't know what was said. We don't know what is going to happen. But at this point, Ghislaine Maxwell, a convicted sex trafficker, could be pardoned by Donald Trump in the near future, which is absolutely insane. What's up, everybody? Really glad to see everybody here tonight. Hopefully we get quite a few people in. I'm hoping these 8 o'clock times work out a little bit better than the 6 o'clock. So, yeah. But anyway, let's get into it, man. We got a lot to talk about. And let's talk about Donald Trump for a little bit. We'll talk about the Epstein stuff. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about Israel and AIPAC. I have the AIPAC tracker website pulled up so we can see exactly how much money Israel invests in lobbying politicians in the United States to turn around and then give them all the money in the world that they could possibly ask for without any questions. Republicans think they're doing some kind of work for Jesus. Like, they think it's honestly, they said it's in the Bible. Israel, that how long has Israel been around? Like since the 40s? But the Bible told them that we have to take care of Israel. Whatever. That's why I hate Christianity. We're at least Christian nationalism. I don't want to put the two together. I know a lot of people that are good Christians and they live by how Jesus wants. Kind of, well, they try to at least try and be good people. But these people, wow, talk about a misinterpretation of the Bible. But before we get into all that, let's talk about how Donald Trump just has absolutely no clue what's going on. He's just making shit up as he goes. He truly is. Let's talk about how when he went to visit, was it the Federal Reserve with Jerome Powell? This clip looks like it should be out of like The Office or something. But look at watch Jerome Powell's reaction. I went ahead and zoomed in on his face. This is hilarious.
So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2.
This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added
our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building.
It's the building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's not new.
So we're going to take a look.
He does not like Jerome Powell. Yeah, that's hilarious. Just watching somebody not put up with Donald Trump's bullshit. Because I'm so tired of seeing Republicans constantly lick his boots and try and make him look like he's the greatest president ever. Like I have a video of Mike Johnson. Wow, glazing Donald Trump like he is an orange Jesus. They truly do treat him like he is some kind of divine sent being. I don't even know. Like it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing watching these men completely capitulate to Donald Trump, which is yeah, it's just crazy. But all right, anyway, moving on. Let's Donald Trump did respond apparently to the South Park stuff, and he was not happy behind the scenes. Very, very unhappy. But when he was asked about it, he says he doesn't know anything about South Park. I've never watched South Park. But I guarantee that somebody showed it to him, and behind the scenes, they are not happy. And I just find it hilarious that Trey Parker and Matt Stone got a check for like $1.5 billion, and we're like, all right, cool, let's do this. I had to delete yesterday's episode, by the way. I got in trouble for showing that clip. I told you guys I would, but I had to show it just because it's just too funny. It was totally worth it. So yeah, Donald Trump, I guess behind the scenes, is furious about this and the fact that they showed his little deficiency. Oh man, and I'm sure lawsuits are coming. Yeah, that's hilarious. So, all right. Let's see what we want to. How do we want to do this tonight? Let's see. We can do the Trump stuff first, and talk about Ghislaine Maxwell and all that stuff, and we can get into. Yeah, I have White House's Twitter page pulled open. I've got some new. Actually, no, I know where I want to start. Okay, all right. So Donald Trump has no clue what he's doing, obviously, but the stuff they're proposing behind the scenes is horrifying. I think I mentioned this yesterday, how they want to make it so they want to be able to reclassify what constitutes an employee or a worker. They want to amend the Fair Labor or Fair Standards Act of 1938 to clarify the standard for determining whether an individual is an employee and for other purposes. Essentially, they want to make it again so corporations can classify you as an independent contractor. So they don't have to provide you benefits. You can't unionize. They don't have to abide by labor laws. They don't have to abide by overtime rules. None of that. Nothing. And they don't even have to provide health insurance at that point. So again, they want all of us able-bodied workers to go out and get jobs so we're get off of Medicaid, because that's their solution to not having Medicaid now is just to get a job, and then pay for insurance. That's the way it should be. But then they want to take away our employment status and make us 1099 employees so that corporations have less liability and don't even have to carry health insurance for you. Don't even have to offer it. So that is HR 1319 if anybody wants to look that up. Currently, it has just been introduced. It is not passed the House, the Senate, and not been to the president's desk. So, but as of the 23rd at 9:30 a.m., it has been introduced. So, if this passes, all those people that were celebrating no tax on overtime, there won't be any overtime. We tried to tell you this, but of course, you guys didn't want to listen. The other thing I wanted to talk about from this fascist administration is this. This is a executive order that they just came out with yesterday, ending crime and disorder on America's streets. Yeah, so they are talking about homelessness. They want to make homelessness illegal, essentially, because they said disorderly behavior, sudden confrontations, I don't know what that is, and violent attacks have made our cities unsafe. Okay. The number of individuals living on the streets. So here we go. We're talking about homeless people. Okay. And then the overwhelming majority of these individuals are addicted to drugs, have mental health conditions, or both. Nearly 2/3 of homeless individuals report having regularly used hard drugs like methamphetamines, which we know members, I can't prove it without giving them an actual piss test, but I guarantee methamphetamines are used within this administration. Cocaine, opioids, again, hypocrisy is just unbelievable. So they want to go after homeless people because they think they're mentally unstable and they're drug addicts. That's their reasoning behind it. Right? Crazy. So they also want to, or is it? So here we go. Civil commitment of individuals with mental illness who pose risks to themselves or the public or are living in the streets. They want to go after people that they feel are mentally unstable, which could be me. Like they could come to my house and say, "We saw what you posted online. We don't like what you've been saying about Donald Trump. We feel like you're a threat to yourself and to society." So, under this executive order, if it became law, they could pretty much come to your house. This is the thought police becoming reality. They could look at your social media, they could look at all this stuff and say, "Hey, look, this guy's acting strange. We think he's a threat. We should come and get him." And then, of course, there's a bunch of other bullshit in here, but that's essentially what they want to do. Make homeless, like making homelessness a crime, is just going to inflate our prison numbers. Where are they going to go? Where are they going to go? And they're like, "Get a job." Okay. What address should I tell them to go ahead and put me down for? You know what I'm saying? Like, how am I going to get to work? Well, I don't have a car, obviously, because I'm homeless. So well, please explain to me how I'm supposed to go from homeless. And not all homeless people are on drugs. I know, I'm sure a lot of homeless people do drugs just because they are homeless, and that's probably the one escape that they have. But no, not all people that are on the streets are on drugs or have a mental condition. But for some reason, they can't comprehend that people live on the streets involuntarily. They think they're just out there just for fun, doing drugs and shit. So yeah, so that's another big one that we have to look out for if this becomes law. It's just getting worse and worse. I don't know what the game is going to be here. If they pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, then they're just going to cover up for Trump, or they're going to use this opportunity to dump Trump and use the Epstein files against him. But at this point, it looks more like they're going to cover up for Ghislaine Maxwell and Donald Trump, which is insane. The Republican Party, who's screamed for years, "We're all about protecting the children and we love the children." Well, yeah, obviously, you love them a little too much. Because, the guy who was told he's in the Epstein files, okay, apparently they, what was it, I forget the actual number. It was some ridiculous amount of paperwork or papers that they've gone through to see if Donald Trump's in the Epstein files. They told him back in May, "Yeah, your name's all over it, buddy," which is obviously why we haven't seen any of it. Like, out of all the information they have, we haven't seen any of it. Like, if you were being called by the entire world, if you were being called a raging pedophile who was involved in a sex trafficking ring of underage girls, and all you had to do was release the files to prove that you didn't have anything to do with it, wouldn't you immediately release the files? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Oh, we got to protect the innocent." Innocent who? The victims want to be heard on this. The victims don't want this to get swept under the rug anymore. Jesus Christ. Like, who are they protecting other than the actual predators? It's insane. It's really insane. But Ghislaine Maxwell, quite literally, she either has a target on her back or she has the golden ticket, like Willy Wonka's golden ticket, but just to get out of jail, because she knows all the dirt on a lot of people. And again, according to sources, she's named like 100 different high profile people. So my worry is they're going to pardon her. She's going to come out, name all these people. The media is going to go nuts. There's going to be such a freaking shitstorm And then they're going to be like, yeah, Donald Trump wasn't involved. They were just, associates and shit. And occasionally went to parties together. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, Brina. A lot of people, including myself, have mental illnesses in the United States. So good luck rounding us all up, especially after you take all of our medication away. Good luck with that one. Have a bunch of crazy people, mentally unstable without their meds. Not a good, not a good idea. Not a good idea. But all right, let's get back to Donald Trump for a little bit here. This one is crazy. This video right here is insane. He was asked if he was considering pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell, and his response is, I'm allowed to, which is insane. He didn't say no. He did not say no, which is very easy to do. He could have said, no, that's not even an offer on the table. He said, I am allowed to. That's fucking insane.
Would you consider a pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell if she
It's something I haven't thought about. It's really
if they
something.
recommended it?
It's something I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not
You're
thought
not,
about.
but you wouldn't rule it out, sir.
Why has the dollar?
She's gonna get a pardon, man. The woman who literally recruited girls out of Mar-a-Lago to sex traffic for Epstein very well could be a free woman here very soon. I don't know. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. I can't wait to see MAGA try and justify this. You know what I mean? Because they always like to move the goalpost, and they're still supporting Trump even after all this Epstein stuff. But I can't imagine what they're going to say. They'll go along with. What am I saying? They're going to go along with it. They're going to be like, "Oh yeah, see, told you guys, Trump had nothing to do with it. It was just a witch hunt. Yeah, he didn't really own an island." We literally just went over the entire evidence list yesterday on yesterday's episode. I wish I wouldn't have had to delete that one, but they got pissed off about the South Park clip that I showed. So I decided just to go ahead and delete the entire episode. Unfortunately, it feels like a waste of work. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's still on Twitch and Kick. They don't care. They don't care. They're a little less strict. YouTube is a pain in the ass when it comes to this stuff. So yeah, again, thanks for joining. Tonight's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be here for quite a while. Also, if you guys want to support the show, you can do so through you can do stickers during the live. There's gift memberships, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of different ways to support us. We also have a GoFundMe set up in the link tree that is in the description of the video. It's also in I know it's all over YouTube, Brina, but for some reason I got in trouble for it. So I'm sure there's ways you can appeal it and get around it, but I don't know all that stuff yet. So so I figured just instead of risking it, I just take it down. I guess I could have appealed it, but whatever. But just if you guys want to donate to, we do have a GoFundMe. Also Sunday at 2 p.m. we're going to have the Pennsylvania, one of the lead organizers for Pennsylvania's 5051. We're going to be having him on to talk about upcoming events, because there's another 5051 national protest scheduled for August 2nd. I'm going to go to my state capital. I wanted to go to Washington, D.C. on the 27th, which is literally the day after tomorrow. I just don't think I can pull that off. And my car has like 140,000 miles on it, so I don't know how many more of these trips I can make without that thing exploding. It's a good little car, though. It's lasted me a long time. But, all right, anyway, back to the show. So, Donald Trump was recently asked, and just plays dumb. He was asked if he was told that he's in the Epstein files. We know from recent reporting he was told back in May that, so he knows. He's definitely been told. But now he's out there just going, nah, nobody told me anything about it. So this is just, I have a bad feeling about this whole scenario.
No, I was never briefed. No.
Did you ask how?
What are you hoping Todd Bland interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah. And to make things worse, he's also calling out Bill Clinton and other people. I don't know if you guys have seen this next clip. But yeah, so all right, so he's going after Obama, and now he's name dropping. Bill Clinton was on the island, so he obviously has seen it, or at least knows some of the information in it. So him playing dumb is just, well, it's dumb. All right, just we know that you know what's in it, bro. It's not like you have to sit there and go, "Oh, I'm not in it. I've not." But he actually says, "I've never been to the island." Bill Clinton's been to the island. I've never been to the island. Oh my god! Like it doesn't matter if you've been to the island or not. You've probably been to one of his other, many of his other locations other than the actual island. I mean, the guy Donald Trump used Lolita Express, literally used the Lolita Express, one of Jeffrey Epstein's private jets, during the campaign. They just painted it blue and put Trump's name on it. But while Donald Trump's plane was having maintenance done to it, he actually used Jeffrey Epstein's former jet for campaigning, which is insane. But here he is calling out Bill Clinton and other people, which is nuts.
But you ought to be speaking about Larry Summers. You ought to be speaking about some of his friends that are hedge fund guys. They're all over the place. You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times. I never went to the island.
Do you maintain you did not write a letter for Jeffrey Epstein's birthday?
I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name, but that's happened a lot. All you have to do is take a look at the dossier, the fake dossier. Everything's fake with that administration. Everything's fake with the Democrats. Take a look at what they just found about the dossier. Everything is fake. There are a bunch of...
Yep, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. They're going to say this entire Epstein thing was a hoax to make Donald Trump look bad, and that it's all the Democrats' fault, and blah, 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 blah. This is insane. This is insane. But he's like, I've never been to the island. Well, where else? Well, he had other properties, man. I'm sure I'm sure you've been to one of them, or we know he's been to Mar-a-Lago several times. Actually, there's a new picture that just came out with Donald Trump, Epstein, and James Brown that just came out. Some more unearthed photos and footage coming out of Donald Trump being a nasty, disgusting person. But what do you expect, right, from the Republican Party? This seems to be the norm for them, protecting predators. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So they're actually on Newsmax and other channels right now, right-wing channels, trying to make Ghislaine Maxwell out to be a victim. So let me just show you this clip.
And she's also been subpoenaed by the Oversight Committee. I think this is great. I do have a feeling that she just might be a victim. She just might be. There was a rush to judgment. There was a lot of chaos there for a while. All right, granted, she hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, and I know that's apparently not good, but she's in jail.
Yeah, she's a victim, guys. This is what they're going to do. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but this is insane, man. They're literally going to make a convicted sex trafficker out to be the victim of this entire thing and blame it all on Epstein. And wow, the cover up is insane. But just so you can see, there was a second day of meetings between senior U.S. Justice Department official and Jeffrey Epstein's associate, Maxwell, as concluded with no asks, no promises. This is not a situation where we are asking for anything in return for testimony or anything like that. Bullshit. Of course, everybody knows Miss Maxwell would welcome any relief. I'm sure she would. I'm sure she would like a full pardon in exchange for not saying anything that would ruin Donald Trump. Yeah. This is so, I don't even know where to go with this. Like, I just can't believe this is possibly happening. After all this, that's what they're going to go with. Make her look like the victim. Of course, she wasn't the victim. She was a full willing participant, if not the orchestrator of the entire affair. You know what I mean? Plus, her dad also, for everybody that's just because I know the Israel connection, I talk about it a lot, but her father, as well as her, also have connections to Israel and Mossad. They do, especially her father. Especially her father. Again, I still believe that Jeffrey Epstein was blackmailing a lot of these people for Israel. And they probably have all of this information. One way or another, it's going to come out. But at this point, I don't think it's going to even matter. I think Donald Trump is going to get away with it completely at this point. You know what I mean? Either that or dude, if she wants to throw him under the bus, she could, but then she's probably going to have to be put in protective custody for the rest of her time in prison. I guarantee that because she'll be public enemy number one for Donald Trump. You think Epstein was murdered, Brina? Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people do. I don't care one way or another. I mean, I've seen the conspiracies. I've also seen like the coroner's report and people breaking that down and stuff like. Yeah, it's hard to say, but his own brother, and Ghislaine Maxwell both think that he was killed. They don't think that he killed himself. A lot of people on the right, of course, that's a big conspiracy that he did not kill himself, that he was murdered. Plus, there's 3 minutes apparently now missing off of that raw footage from Jeffrey Epstein's prison the night that he died. So it's hard to say. We'll never know the truth on this. This Epstein thing is going to be buried so deep. Maybe one day all of it will come out. But at this point, it looks like Trump is either, like I said, there's only 2 scenarios. They bury it, protect Donald Trump, and get Ghislaine Maxwell some kind of sweetheart deal to keep her mouth shut. Or they turn on Trump, use this as an opportunity to get rid of him, and put J.D. Vance into place. So those are really the only 2 outcomes I can think of. Neither one of them's good. Neither one of them is good. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of these disgusting people being able to get away with all this shit. And then they want to talk to us about, like, what is our incentive to follow any law that they make? I mean, seriously, after seeing all this, how hard they have worked to avoid disclosing quite literally a single piece of paper from the Epstein files. And you want us to follow any of your stupid fucking laws that you guys are making? I don't think so. Like, really? I just don't see it. I can't justify living a life like that. Being told by predators, by actual pedophiles, oh, you need to live like this. No, I'm not going to live any way that you tell me. You're the most disgusting people on this planet. And if you support this, but again, this statement applies to you too. You are the bottom of the humanity barrel. You are like just horrible, disgusting people. And I'm not going to follow any rules or regulations or laws that are made up by people that have done things like this to kids. Not only that, but they've covered it up. They covered it up to protect one person, just Donald Trump. That's all they care about. Donald Trump and Israel. This seems like all this country gives a shit about. All our politicians care about. Protecting Donald Trump and making sure Israel has all the money in the world that they could possibly need. But yeah, before we move on, let me just play one more clip just to kind of nail the point home that Donald Trump just sexualizes all females. He doesn't care how old they are.
She does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
If I weren't happily married and, you know, her father.
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
Can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
Yep, talking about your own daughter like that. Okay, so that's the guy they're protecting. The one who sexualizes his own daughter. Yeah, party of protecting the kids, right? So, yeah, I'm so discouraged right now. Honestly, it's been one of those days where it's just like, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. I'm sick of talking about people getting away with shit. The most disgusting shit you could possibly do. You know what I mean? Like trafficking children. All these people were involved, and so far, not a single one of them has gone to jail. The only people that have gone to jail were Epstein and Maxwell. Not a single John has gone to jail. Have they? Not that I'm aware of, but yeah. So, all right. Anyway, moving on. Just want to show you how dumb Trump is and how dumb his supporters are, because they're going to completely forget about the Epstein thing, because the Obama conspiracy that they're pushing out there. And Donald Trump is also out there saying that they're going to give people rebates, possibly. A reporter asks him about it, and he's like, that's a great question. Talking about all the tariffs they've collected, he's thinking about maybe giving rebates out to the people. Maybe not, but maybe. Maybe we're going to pay off the debt, but maybe we'll give rebates. We really don't know, which is hilarious because it's basically just giving us our money back because we're the ones that pay the damn tariff in the first place. So, great. But yes, MAGA will believe this, and you're not going to get a penny. It's like the Doge stimulus checks. Did you think you were going to get? You still thinking you're going to get that? You still waiting for that? Yeah, you're probably still going to be waiting for this for quite a while too. But here's Captain Dipshit making announcements that he can't keep.
And don't you feel it, Mr. President? With all of that revenue coming in tens of billions of dollars, do you think there is the possibility of a rebate to the American public in terms of all of that money? We're thinking about that, actually. We have so much money coming in. We're thinking about a little rebate, but the big thing we want to do is pay down debt. But we're thinking about a rebate. That's a very good question. You just made a lot of news. We're thinking about a rebate because we have so much money coming in from tariffs that a little rebate for people of a certain income level might be very nice.
Yeah. You know how Donald Trump found his tariff policy? Now I'm gonna forget his name. Peter Navarro. Okay, so Peter Navarro wrote a book. Do you guys know how they found Peter Navarro? They found him on Amazon. Jared Kushner was looking for somebody for Donald Trump for his economic policy, and Peter Navarro found a book written by Peter Navarro. It's something to do with tariffing China. I don't remember the name of the book. Honestly, I don't give a shit. But we all know the story. But Peter Navarro, in his books, quotes information from an expert on tariffs named Ron Vera. And it's just an anagram, because if you switch the letters around, it just spells Navarro. So Peter Navarro, who has been in prison, who made up an expert source on tariffs, who is now giving Donald Trump economic advice. That's why they literally found the guy on fucking Amazon. And his books are bullshit because all the experts that he quotes are made up. And that's who Donald Trump is listening to on tariffs. They are bringing money in on tariffs. We are not bringing it. I paid $2.79 the other day for a regular bottle of Coke or Pepsi. Diet Pepsi, $2.79. I remember not that long ago when they were 99 cents. $3 for a soda. That's insane. I don't know if that has anything to do with tariffs, but God damn it, the prices are starting to get ridiculous on literally everything. I can't keep up with it. I'm sure most of us can't. And the prices are just going to continue to get worse. Then apparently these guys have another dumbass idea. Treasury is going to open Venmo payments for people to voluntarily donate to the U.S.'s $36 trillion in national debt. What? You're going to increase the debt by trillions of dollars, and you're out here asking people to make Venmo payments to kindly help us pay down the debt. These people are mad. These people are truly insane. And it says they do typically get $120,000 a month in donations, but that's still like Venmo payments to the national treasury to me just sounds insane. And why are we asking people to voluntarily pay down the debt that the government has racked up. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Who was it or somebody was saying in the comments about Rush vote about to make workers miserable? Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. It's going to get bad. MAGA doesn't even realize it. They're the ones that are going to be affected the most by this. They just haven't seen the effects of it yet. So, yeah, just everybody hold your breath. And we'll, I'm sure, sooner or later see our tariff rebates. I'm sure they're in the mail. So there's already MAGAs making videos like, oh my God, did you see what President Trump said? We gonna get money. Like, oh my God, you guys, how long are you just gonna be suckers? Just marks. That's all you guys are. You guys are just complete marks. And they know it. They know it. That's the crazy part. They know they could just tell their base literally anything and they will eat it right up. At least some of them. But think about this, though. I think I talked about this yesterday. These people have made their entire identities Donald Trump. Their entire identities is about Donald Trump and being a MAGA. Oh, Jeanette, thank you again for the 50 Danish kroners. Appreciate it. Yeah, so they're just think about it. So 10 years, 10 years now, everybody's been literally buying all the merch and the shoes and the NFTs and the cologne and all the dumb shit that Donald Trump has put out and grifted off of his supporters. The meme coins, Donald True Social, True Social stocks, all that shit. So at this point, they're just in. You know what I mean? I feel like they're just along for the ride, no matter how bad it gets, because they just, some of them have wasted thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. Well, some have wasted millions of dollars on this guy, and they continue to support him no matter what. It is truly mind-boggling. This is something that should be studied in the future for sure. How humanity got this far. Oh my God. But here's, let me show you guys a clip of Mike Johnson. Call him Trump's fluffer. But here's him just lying to America about how great of a job Donald Trump has done for the American people. We have tax cuts and the border is safer than ever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, just speaking of the border, we may as well just real quick. There are deportation flights now taking off from Alligator Alcatraz. I hope somebody's watching where these planes land. I would like to be able to verify that people are actually getting to their destinations alive, because we cannot verify that yet, as of yet. I haven't seen any stories of any immigrants coming to their home country. Like, yeah, we were treated poorly. Like, not even that. You know what I'm saying? So where are these people going? Where are they deporting them to? And why are we never hearing anything about it? I would like to know. So, yeah, Donald Trump's deportation plan is just getting worse and worse and worse. And then you have people like Russ Vogt, Stephen Miller, and Tom Homan running the show, running Donald Trump's deportation plan. Actual Nazis. So, but anyway, here's Mike Johnson.
The House Republicans are looking forward to going back to their districts. They have a lot to be proud of and a lot of good news to share back home. It's just 6 months. 6 months of this administration and this Congress. We worked closely with President Trump. We've delivered on the mandate from the American people. We have the safest border now in the history of the country. Inflation is cooling. We passed one of the most consequential pieces of legislation in the history of this institution, the One Big Beautiful Bill. And what that did, as you know, was it secured the largest tax cut for American workers, the largest single investment in border security and national defense in generations, the largest reduction in spending in the history of any government on planet Earth, and much more. President Trump is making historic trade deals to balance the playing field and bring trillions of dollars of investment into America. As a side note, I was telling you, I was in the Oval Office last night for the historic moment where he made the trade deal with Japan. It was really something to see. I'll write a book about it one day. The Art of the Deal. It was a masterclass. We passed over 250 bills. We voted
I was in the office and I saw him talking and making a deal, and it was like, I'm gonna write a book about it because it was so beautiful. I just like he did he just in his pants. I swear to God, they make Donald Trump seem like he's a used car salesman at best. They make him seem like he's this brilliant businessman. He's failed at everything. He's been propped up by Russian money his entire life, bro. He has failed at everything. He is an idiot. Donald Trump is a moron. He is not a good businessman. He is not good at making deals. He's barely made a handful of deals. We were promised 90 deals in 90 days. It's been way past 90 days and we've gotten barely any deals. And we don't even know any of the details of any of the deals. But they want to talk about masterclass. He's the master. He's just the master of negotiation. What? Again, that's why we're going to call him Trump's fluffer from now on. That is who Mike Johnson is. Largest tax break for the American worker? If by worker you mean millionaires and billionaires, yeah, they get the largest tax breaks they've ever seen. Everybody else gets screwed. Talk about, and then, well, the one thing he did say that was true is they did increase the budget for national defense and for ICE, immigration and border security. They definitely did that. Definitely did that. They're going to run out of money, though. Again, they're so inefficient. It's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show. ICE ran out of money before that's why they needed the big beautiful bill to pass, because ICE was literally out of money already. And they were going to not be able to operate accordingly had they not passed the big beautiful bill. So, Ann said there are no deals. I believe you. I don't think there's been a single deal made. I don't think there's been a single deal made that's worth talking about. Like, I swear the one that he signed with the that wasn't the EU, but it was the UK. I swear it was blank. I mean, I didn't see any writing on it. I didn't see any. The only thing I saw on it was his signature, because when he opened it and dropped it all, to me, it looked like there was nothing on it. But, hey, you're probably right, though, Ian. There probably has been literally no deals. Fluffer of what? His balls. Pretty much. He's a little weasel, that guy, isn't he? Mike Johnson? My God. The guy who monitors his son's porn intake. That's weird. All right, moving on to Epstein, or from Epstein. I'm honestly sick of talking about that. But we got to talk about Israel. We definitely got to talk about Israel, because let me close a couple of these windows here, because we have a problem. We have a major problem in this country with it, and Israel is part of it. Russia and Israel have compromised basically our entire government. Russia has done it through manipulation tactics, propaganda campaigns. Israel has done it through lobbying our politicians, which I have the AIPAC tracker website open, so we can talk about it and just see exactly who's in there. And Mike Johnson is on their wall of shame. Surprise, surprise. I just wanted you guys to see a couple of videos of how these religious nut jobs talk about. I have one of Ted Cruz that's going to blow your fucking mind. But first, let me here's Mike Johnson talking right next to war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu, murderer, committing genocide as we speak. And then you got, again, Donald Trump's fluffer now glazing for Netanyahu. Like it's our religious duty to protect Israel is what they're basically saying.
The first piece of legislation I passed after taking the gavel was a resolution of reaffirming the U.S.'s commitment to the security of Israel. And that was a very important gesture on our part. And, of course, I was happy to pass the security assistance funding when Israel needed it the most.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They don't mind funding Israel. They're defunding us. They're defunding public education, They don't want to have any people on Medicaid. They don't want to have people on food stamps, while simultaneously, without question, giving billions of dollars a year to Israel so they can have things like free health insurance, free college, free abortions. They can medically, government funded abortions. I thought you guys on the right would be pretty upset about that, but apparently it's bad in the United States. But if Israel does it, it's perfectly acceptable. And again, it is not wrong to talk about Israel. It is not anti-Semitic to talk bad about what Israel is doing. It's not. They're being run by Zionists. Okay, Zionists are essentially the Christian nationalists of Judaism. They're the MAGA of Judaism. Okay, they're religious extremists. They are not the same. Again, just like Christian nationalists are not Christians, Zionists are not Jews. Okay, they're completely on a whole different. They're on a whole different religious. They want the world to end. They want to see the end times come so they can just be proven right. Because they're the chosen people or some shit. I forget what it is. And then Christians want to help Israel because they want to see the end times, because they want to because when Jesus comes back, then they can look at the Jews and go, ha ha, you were wrong. That's why we're helping Israel, man. It's religious, just blah, just mumbo jumbo. It's nonsense. But all right, so that was Mike Johnson, and then this lady talking about how America is the greatest country on earth, next to Israel. Republican.
The pride of being able to be here and do work that facilitates making things better for people. And in the greatest country on earth, next to Israel. And in the greatest country on earth, next to Israel.
And in the greatest country on earth, next to Israel.
It's an honor to be able to make a difference and to be able to speak.
Yeah. So working for the White House, talking about Israel is greater than our own country. When did they make Israel great again? Like, when was that ever a campaign promise? Does anybody ever remember any of that? Because I sure don't. I sure don't remember any of that. But the tide is shifting against Israel worldwide, because there are headlines of this was a good headline. There was a couple IDF soldiers who were arrested at a music festival at Tomorrowland. I believe it was in Belgium. Yeah, in Belgium. And they were arrested, and they're being investigated for the war crimes that they've committed. And that's what they've done. I mean, look at this. This is what's left of Gaza. Their entire, a lot of people are saying they're past the point of no return. So they could all die. They could all die. They're being denied aid. They're being shot at aid stations by IDF soldiers. They're being lured in with food. Food is being poisoned, allegedly. I mean, I don't understand how any politician supports this. Even AOC supported or voted recently to continue funding Israel. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know how we rectify this situation, because we have way too many people that are involved with Israel. We can actually talk about it now. If you go to trackapac.com/Congress, you can see exactly, and you can see just by each state, and this is both Republican and Democrat. Okay, so I'm calling out both sides of the aisle for this, because I am not happy about either one. In Alabama, you got let's see who the highest winner is in Alabama. Republican Mike Rogers has lobbied or received the lobby total of $550,000 from Israel. Okay. Coming up, let's see. We got a couple over 100,000. Terry Sewell. I don't know who that is. She's a Democrat, over $100,000. Alaska, Lisa Murkowski. Name sounds familiar, right? She has received Approximately $436,000 from Israel, from AIPAC. Nick, I don't know how to say his last name. He's only a Weasley $5,500. I don't know if we hold that against him or if again, I feel like nobody that's received AIPAC money should be allowed to run. And then coming in a close second, we got Republican Dan Sullivan at 131 Gs. You can also go on and download these graphics on the website, and you can literally get each state. It's really cool. It's a really cool website, and each one has these specific images that you can download and then post on the social media, which comes in really handy. I saw our buddy Tommy Tuberville. All right, we're going to go in alphabetical order. Let's see here. Yasmin Ansari, Democrat from Arizona, $680,000. Eli Crane, Republican, $500. Okay, all right. Another Democrat, Ruben Gallego, $379,000. Mark Kelly, astronaut, almost was vice presidential pick for Kamala Harris, if I'm not mistaken. $500,000 this guy's taken from AIPAC. Again, I'm just going over this in case you guys wonder why it seems like they support Israel no matter what they do. This is why, because they are all in Israel's fucking pockets, guys. Siskamani, Republican, $789,000. Holy shit. Paul Gosar, the guy's drunk half the time. Okay, Arkansas. What state you guys want me to look up? You're upset with Mark Kelly? Yeah, no shit. I did not expect to see that. Tom Cotton from Arkansas coming in at a whopping $1.2 million. I almost said billion. Holy shit. He's also AIPAC and RJC endorsed. I don't know what RJC stands for. Tom Cotton. So if you're a Republican from Arkansas, and Tom Cotton's your guy, you may want to get on the phone. Adam Schiff, Democrat. You ready for this? $6.2 million. Okay. Again, I wanted to point out the hypocrisy on both sides. This is why they're quiet. This is why they're not fighting against the Republicans. Their hands are tied. Yeah. Adam Barra or Ami Barra, Democrat from California, $250,000. Josh Harder, Democrat from California, 9th District, $290,000. Nancy Pelosi, $617,000 in money from AIPAC. Kevin Mullen, Democrat, $743,000. Eric Swalwell, $184,000. Ro Khanna, supposedly a progressive, he is taking $138,000. Jim Costa, Democrat, $400,000. Another Democrat, $295,000. You know what? I don't want to go through every state and keep you guys on here all night, but I'm going to look at Pennsylvania because that's where I'm from. Let me know in the comments what state you guys are from. I'll look it up. Pennsylvania, come on, where you at? New York. Oh, we should look at New York too. Damn it. Why? Really? Are we that far? Okay, here we go. John Fetterman, motherfucker, $370,000. Fucking Shrek looking motherfucker. I'm so mad at him. Brendan Boyle, another Democrat from Pennsylvania, $400,000. Brian Fitzpatrick, Republican, $618,000. Dave McCormick, Jesus Christ, there's some corrupt ass politicians in Pennsylvania. Dave McCormick, $376,000. How has John Fetterman gotten $370,000? This is his first term, right? Yeah, this is his first term. Jesus Christ. Scott Perry, Republican, $176,000. Oh, okay. Oh, apparently we got to win it. We got a good one on the list. No money. Summer Lee, Pennsylvania, Democrat, is not taking any money from AIPAC. So, all right, what we got? Anybody got their? Nobody put state in the comments. Come on, give me a state to look up. Where you guys at? Biden, the lifetime largest AIPAC recipient, is he? I don't know if he's on here. Will it show that on here? Hold on a second. Or maybe it's just current. It might just be current ones. That's a good one to look up, Joe Biden. I wouldn't mind looking that up. Florida. Yeah, John Fetterman can eat shit. I agree with that. All right, let's look at Florida. That's a good one to look up. And then we'll look at New York. Yeah, I'm glad somebody showed. Or actually, Brina, thank you for sending me the websites and stuff. Appreciate it. Oh, Ayanna Presley. She's apparently clear as well. So that's 2 so far. Michigan. Wait, what the fuck? I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Where was it? Florida. Oh my God. All right, Rick Scott. No surprise, 657,000. Ashley Moody to be determined. But she is AIPAC endorsed, it looks like, so she'll probably be getting money. Randy Fine, 402,000. Maxwell Frost, he's 8,300. Continue. Yeah, so even Maxwell Frost is on the list. Darren Soto, Democrat, $258,000. Anna Paulina Luna is on here. Pretty much everybody's on here, man. Like, seriously. Jared Moskowitz. I hate to break this to you guys, but this is just bad. This is bad. $400,000. These Democrats are really bad as far as taking money from Israel. Holy shit. This guy, $906,000. Oh, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, over $1 million. Let's go to the tell you what, let's go to the Hall of Shame, because this is going to blow you away. I believe Hillary Clinton was at like 4 million, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe we can look up people. I'll have to see. Hall of Shame. George Latimer. I don't know if these people, I don't know their political affiliation. It doesn't say. Does it say? No. $19 million this guy is taken from Israel. That's crazy. Wesley Bell from Missouri, 12 million. Jackie Rosen from Nevada, 2.3. Haley Stevens from Michigan, 5.1 million. Good Lord. Hakeem Jeffries, leader of the Democratic Party in the House, $1.6 million, and is on the Hall of Shame of the Track AIPAC website, along with Mike Johnson, who is taking almost $900,000 from Israel. Okay, so you guys starting to see the problem here? Our country, our government is infested and easily influenced, obviously, by other countries, as long as they throw enough money at them. You guys can also go, if you're on Twitter, you can go to AIPAC Tracker Twitter page. They keep up to date there, and they have the AIPAC track or trackaipac.com on there as well. And a lot of good information, actually. So this is something I'm definitely going to keep my eye on. Not something I knew. This is new to me. This whole Israel lobbying politicians. I was not aware of this even a few months ago. I mean, I was aware of it, but I was not aware about how deep it goes. And this is not conspiratorial. I just showed you guys the numbers. These people are taking a lot of money from a foreign government to vote in favor of that foreign government. So when that government needs money, we immediately send it out because they know they're going to get it right back in the form of donations or lobbying funds. Our whole government's compromised. That's why I don't know what to do with this next election. Like, do we even vote? Like, how do I vote for a Democrat if I know they're just helping fund a genocide? I just don't know how to do it anymore. Our entire system needs to be burned to the fucking ground. I'm sorry, it does, and rebuilt better. You know what I mean? I know that probably sounds a little bit extreme, but what do we do at this point? What do we do? Even if we get rid of the pedophiles and the people that are protecting the predators, we still are compromised. We still are going to be doing things in favor of, it's always going to be Israel first. As long as AIPAC is taking, or politicians are taking money from AIPAC, it is always going to be Israel's needs before ours. We're helping provide Israel with a better lifestyle than our own country. They want to defund public schools. They just cut back $9 billion from like public broadcasting and NPR so they can keep it for themselves. But we can send Israel billions of dollars a year without even asking any questions of where the money's going. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? But all right, so just to nail the point home here, I want to play this video I found of Ted Cruz speaking directly to Israel. Okay? He's a true believer. He doesn't, I don't think, he's a fool. I'll show you a clip first before I show you the other one because it's a little bit long. It's like 2 minutes. This is him talking to, and I hate the fact that I agree with Tucker Carlson on this, but Tucker Carlson makes him look like a fool because they talk about how Israel's in the Bible and that, like, if you protect Israel, you'll be blessed. But Israel wasn't in the Bible. It wasn't a country, for crying out loud, 2,000 years ago. It's stupid. But for some reason, we're convinced that that's the chosen land or something. I don't know how. I'm not religious, so I don't know the backstory. Yeah. Okay, so right. So these people are saying that in Genesis, it says that we're supposed to, and of course, I don't think they in the Bible would be okay. I'm just throwing it out there that, you know, with committing genocide on innocent people in Gaza, but that's just my opinion. But that's not even the worst of Ted Cruz. That was just him being made a fool of by Tucker Carlson, which is ironic since Tucker Carlson used to be their number one cheerleader. He's now turning on him because of this whole Israel thing and Epstein thing. So, but here's Ted Cruz speaking directly to Israel. This shit's crazy. This is the crazy one. Watch this.
Let me be very clear. Israel has an absolute right to determine what happens in Judea and Samaria. This right is described in the Bible, and it extends through modern times. As you meet today, have confidence that the American people stand with you. And under President Trump and our new Republican Congress, the American government stands with you as well. Unfortunately, I cannot speak to you this weekend without recognizing
is Senator Ted Cruz Jewish?
Trauma that Israel and indeed the Jewish people are enduring as Palestinian savages make the return of every hostage, living or murdered, an ongoing nightmare. Please know that Heidi and I are every day lifting you and the Jewish people up in our prayers. As for your enemies, who are also the enemies of America, we know that they seek to weaken you.
What the fuck is this, man?
And to weaken us, and then destroy you, and then to destroy us. Here, I am constantly reminded of the words of an Israeli hero, Prime Minister Menachem Begin. Don't threaten us with cutting off your aid. It will not work.
What?
I am not a Jew with trembling knees. I am a proud Jew with 3,700 years of civilized.
He's not Jewish. Where's
history? Nobody came to our aid when we were dying in the gas chambers and ovens. Nobody came to our aid when we were striving to create our country.
Why does he keep saying we? He's not Jewish. What the fuck is happening to this country, man? Oh my God, this makes no sense.
Jew with 3,700 years of civilized history. Nobody came to our aid when we were dying in the gas chambers and ovens. Nobody came to our aid when we were striving to create our country.
What did you miss?
We paid for it. We fought for it. We died for it. We will stand by our principles.
Wow. Wow. Speaking directly to the people of Israel. He kept saying we, the Jewish people. Like, bro, you ain't Jewish. What are you talking about? Why are you even? But again, is this for some reason it's Israel first? Yeah, I don't understand how it came to this, but it truly is Israel's priorities over America's, which is crazy. Which is crazy. I don't think this is something that a lot of MAGAs are going to be happy about, giving their track record and the fact that they do support, like, the World War II guy, and they're not very fond of the Jewish people. So they got Donald Trump has a very strange base. He has a base that either 100% supports Israel and the Jews and everything they do, or they hate the Jews and don't think they actually wear patches. This is 6 MWE, which means 6 million wasn't enough as far as how many Jews were killed in the Holocaust. That's Donald Trump's base. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But somehow that's how they won an election. Like, how do you win an election with a base that's absolutely insane? I don't get it. But I wanted to play, before we get out of here, I found a video of a Palestinian kid talking about what's happening in Gaza. I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to play a different perspective. And this kid, the way he speaks is, I think, truly, again, wise beyond his years. It's not easy to watch, but I think it's necessary so we understand exactly what's happening in Gaza right now. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I can take this. I don't know how much longer I can take watching an entire people be just wiped off the face of the planet. Because that's the goal. I don't understand what else the goal is. They keep saying they're going after Hamas. Okay, Hamas are children. And this is why Hamas exists. This is how, this is why there's going to be a radicalized community in this country as a result of Donald Trump. And they're going to be radicalized against him, but they're going to be radicalized and they're going to become, that way as a result of being pushed too far. That's why Hamas exists. You know what I mean? Israel is constantly trying to colonize and oppress other countries and make everybody bend to their will, including us. Our government's fucked. They're compromised. They are all about defending Donald Trump till their dying breath, helping Israel out, while simultaneously screwing over Americans and defunding all of our social programs and schools and parks and all this bullshit. And we're being led by a complete moron. Just to prove it and nail it home, how big of an idiot Donald Trump is. He was asked in Scotland, where he was today, about immigration and his strict enforcement of immigration in the United States. What would he say to Europe about it? And he starts talking about fucking windmills. That's his advice to people on immigration. Get rid of your windmills.
You've done an amazing job on illegal migration in America.
I have.
People here are very worried about the situation. Record numbers.
Well, I say two things to Europe. Stop the windmills. You're ruining your countries. I really mean it. It's so sad. You fly over and you see these windmills all over the place, ruining your beautiful fields and valleys and killing your birds. And if they're stuck in the ocean, ruining your oceans. Stop the windmills.
We have an idiot running the country who is Where do we even start with this guy? He's a moron. He's a convicted felon. He's a fraud. He's been found liable for rape. He's obviously a pedophile who is in the Epstein files. I don't even think we have to say allegedly at this point. And they're actually considering pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell to keep her mouth shut just to protect Donald Trump. Yeah, I know, Ian. We got to get late. We should. I'm going to look into it. I am going to look into it, having people be able to call into the show and do that, because that would be an awesome way to hang out with you guys. Just have people call in. But, then you're going to get MAGA trolls that call in too, which is fine. I don't mind verbally destroying them just for fun. Yeah, so we'll figure that out and figure out a way to do it. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for today. It's been a rough day. I just can't stand watching these people get away with this and just do it out in the open too. That's the crazy part. Like, they no shame. And then they want to defend and protect sexual predators, people that have trafficked children, and then call themselves good Christians at the same time. Like, get out of my face with this garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stop. It's exhausting. It's exhausting that you guys think you're good Christians who support some of the most disgusting and vile human beings on the planet. Donald Trump being one of them. Bill Clinton being, you know what I mean? They're going to throw people like Bill Clinton under the bus to protect Donald Trump, because MAGA would love to see all the juicy details of Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein, but I have a feeling we're not going to see a whole lot of details of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein in the near future, at least not from Ghislaine Maxwell. We'll have to wait and see. Honestly, at this point, they don't give a shit about public opinion. Obviously, they're just out there telling their constituents, stop talking about it, or, we need you to talk about Obama and not Epstein. So I honestly just very discouraged today because of all this. And then they want to tell us how to live. You need to live this way because the Bible tells us so. What? You guys are sitting there covering up for actual child predators. And you want to tell us that we need to live by the Bible. Right. I'm sure that's going to work out just fine for you guys. I don't think anybody will have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they were actually living by the Bible and being good and feeding the healing the sick and feeding the hungry and taking homeless people off the streets, like, I'd be like, all right, maybe there's something to this. But y'all aren't living by the Bible. You're not. If anything, you guys are, you're quite literally in bed with the devil. It's funny that, because I say that because of the South Park episode. Donald Trump quite literally is the devil. He is the Antichrist. He is the one that the Bible warns you about, and you dumb shits are worshiping him. It's crazy. So, yeah. All right, guys. That's all I have for today. If you can, like, share. Don't forget to check out our link tree in the bio or in the channel page. We have our GoFundMe, our merch, and all of our social media information. You guys can follow us there. I will be back Sunday. We have one of the organizing directors for 5051 coming on the show for the state of Pennsylvania. So we're going to talk about upcoming protests happening here in Pennsylvania and nationwide, because I believe that August 2nd is another nationwide event. So I will be again at my state capital there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to make it to DC here on the 27th. Just financially not able to do it, unfortunately. So, yeah, working on getting sponsors, working on trying to put something together to put out even more content, get Mike and I in the same room, in the same studio. But we got a lot of work to do, and it's going to be a long road to be able to accomplish this. So any support is greatly appreciated. We love you guys. I will see you guys on Sunday. We'll be on at 2 p.m. East Coast time. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys then.